Yeah, great win on the road against a really good football team that's having a really fine year. They lost to Penn State by 7. They lost to Texas A&M by 7, who we know good teams. They whooped Toledo, who we know is a really good football program. The only game they lost in league, their quarterback got knocked out. Obviously, start with the defense. If you give 12 points against anyone, it's a great. I don't care who you play. You play the worst team in America. But what do we got going? What are we giggling about? I don't get it. Okay, we're giggling. I like to giggle. So give 12 points to anyone. It's obviously a great effort. You do it against a team that's got best tight end in the country, really good wideouts, really 4 or 5 good tailbacks, good offense line. Baselak's a tremendous quarterback, and do it against these guys. And then structurally, left does such a good job offensively. They're a pain in the butt to defend. Our guys played their tails off today. Couldn't be better. Offense again, big plays. Mo goes over 100, 55 for 372. If my math is right, it's about 7 yards of play for the game. The biggest thing we did offensively, though, is we got going early, running the ball, put some drives. We had those 2 turnovers, which were really bad, or we could have extended the lead and maybe not have such a tough game. But when they got it, the safety, then the field goal to make it 7-5, we go 82 yards for a touchdown. Again, and that's kind of been who we are. When the defense needs to stop, they always kind of come through for us. And then the second half, when they got to 1 score, we hit Javon on the post, and we're right. So the 2 times we had an answer, we answered with 7 points both times. And then Bev did a great job. The one he cut through the wind was amazing. Got to kick a spot on the wind. Special teams were solid all day. Kellen's kicking the ball the end zone into the wind, which is almost impossible to do, but he's had such a major impact with all the touchbacks. So, again, on the road against a really, really good team, a 28-12 victory, with a couple turnovers, pretty good day.
I mean, 7 straight, Coach. Was there any doubt that there was, the Irish were going to be taking off the prize?
Yeah, there was a lot of doubt when we were 1-4. That was one of the hardest weeks of probably my coach career. It was a bad place. We had, again, like I said, if you don't have such high expectations, we had super high expectations. We had a really good team coming back, and we knew it. And we've been really good for a while. And we had some really lofty goals that we weren't shying away from. And you lose your first 3. And again, I like how we played the first 3 weeks. We didn't play good enough to win, but we were weeks 4 and weeks 5. You watch our team; it does not look like Miami football. It's a disaster. We get lucky. We probably don't deserve to win week 4. Week 5, I'm not sure why we didn't lose by 40. Like I said, if we'd have played Toledo last year and played like that, it would have been So coming off the field, and then again, I thought we'd go 1-11. I really did. I told the team, I said, if we keep playing this, we will go 1-11. There's not a team we can't beat on the schedule, but there's not a team we can't lose to. Well, so the UMass week was huge. We just our older guys and our coaches fought and scratched and clawed, and our older guys decided, hey, we're going to – and then you get that win, and then you get a really good OU win, and then you kind of start to feel good, and we start to play Miami football the way we play. And we've played really good football on offense, defense, and special teams the entire season, and – so I said the round of 256, now we're down to the round of 2. We made it. It's hard. You talk about March Madness. We talked some weeks hey, we can't lose again. We're not hiding behind it. We want to get, that was our goal. We get to Detroit. You got 7, we got to get to the round of 128. And you just kept going and going. And now you got a shot against a really good Ohio team. And a double battle of the bricks. I'm like, that's Christmas twice in 1 year for both schools. Everybody loves those games on both sides. Tons of respect. I think they got a ton of respect for us. I know we got a ton of respect for them. Again, when I first got the job 11 years ago, first thing I said is, I'm looking at Frank Solich and OU, and they're good every year. Do they always great? No, but they're good every year. I'm like, that's who I want to become. I said over and over. It's you're praising OU. I'm not praising anyone. I'm just praising a good program that does stuff the right way. Frank did the right way, and then Frank obviously retires, and his longtime assistant takes, and they still do things the right way, and the school does things the right way, and I know that's what makes it such a great, bitter, hated rivalry, because we're very much alike. We've been playing it for a long time. Now you get second chance, and I said 6 weeks ago, we made a really good OU team not look good, and a couple people was like, oh, they're down this year. I go, they're not down. They got a really good football team. All right, we played really well that day. They probably didn't play their best. And we got after them pretty good. But I knew they were going to 6 weeks later. I guess they were pretty good foot because they've run right through this thing. So it'll be what we play. We don't care who we play. I do think it's interesting that the MAC West really wanted the one league because they got all the good teams. And at least for 1 year, next year maybe the MAC West will dominate the league again. But OU, Miami, Bowling Green, Buffalo, even Akron getting in there, getting it done. So our MAC East partners, I got a lot of respect for our MAC East guys this year, and I'm gonna give a shout out to all of them that fought us because I think now we're 11 games over 500 if you went East and West. So I thank God they did it because otherwise we'd be playing somebody in the West. We wouldn't be playing a good MAC East team. So I still don't like it. I still like the divisions.
As a play caller through these 7 weeks, what has it meant to know that your defense can take the field?
Oh, it's everything.
And shut everything
It's everything.
down?
No, it totally affects how you call a game if you're a defensive guy like me. Most offensive guys are not. But, like, when you go up 2 scores and you don't think they can get 2 scores, you're definitely, it affects how you, and you can use clock and you can shorten the game and you can trust our line or defense. Like, and again, I thought we had enough points at halftime. We did. Now I'm glad we got a couple more scores and we didn't have to make it 14-12. But in my mind, the way our guys are playing, and again, we've been on our business for a while, and you can tell when our guys are locked in and they were on all their shifts and mode. They got all them wacky formations. There was usually guys running open all over. So it's a great question. It makes a whole difference in everything you do.
Today was especially cold and windy, and there was even snow.
Yeah, I did not think it was that bad. So they called for David. See, this is like, I went 10 years at Grand Valley. You guys need to go to Grand Valley. So you think this is windy? This ain't windy. We're 15 miles from Lake Michigan. Man, it blows. And you think it's cold? Well, add a couple hours north, and then we're snowing. I had playoff games where we put a tarp down to protect the field because we had a grass field. It snowed so much we couldn't get the tarp off. All the coaches and all the non-travel guys had to shovel the tarp the morning of a playoff game. So that, like, I was ready. Like, I'm out there and I got my sweater vest on. I did the same thing I wore at Miami, Florida last year. Everybody's talking about this whining, colding, windy, cold. I thought it was, and I didn't think the breeze was that bad. It kind of got hot a little bit. It was kind of refreshing.
So, what does the process look like of playing indoors next week?
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have the same. I'm gonna have the same vest on, but the six layers I have underneath it will just be back to one, maybe even short sleeves. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm looking forward to that dome.